Welcome to Mama What's Next, a podcast for all the amazing women navigating the wonderful challenges of exploring a new version of yourself after becoming a mom. I'm your host, Melly, and together with my incredible guests, I'm here to help you explore who you are now and help guide you to your true path, one that feels authentic and fulfilling at the same time. Motherhood changes everything, yes. It's beautiful, transformative, and sometimes it pulls us away from the woman we were. Together we dive into career change stories and how to live a life that truly reflects who we are without guilt and with the courage to embrace your journey. So get yourself a coffee, steal a moment for yourself, and let's explore this next chapter of your life. I am super happy that you're here. Welcome. Hello and welcome back. It's Melanie here. Today I want to speak about a topic that is important for all of us when we are trying to put new habits in place. And I recently had to think of this because I have been working really hard on being more disciplined in the way in that I approach my work every single day. And while I can work from home really well, I feel there are certain factors that kind of let me easily get distracted because I have so many ideas. I have so many things I need to get done and organize and plan and coordinate. And sometimes it's really hard to focus. So I think this is something that many experience also in our day-to-day life, that we really struggle to be consistent with our approach to the things we want to achieve. And, essentially part of the work that I'm doing with mums is also to look at what kind of unique patterns do you maybe have that either society has passed on to you or that maybe are generational patterns that you have watched and taken on from your parents, from your mom potentially, that you unknowingly carry around, and the way you live your life, but not beneficial to how you actually want to live your life and how you actually want to model life for your children. And, it's really important the kind of role model that we are for our children, because most of the habits are not the ones that we tell them every single day. It's the silent behavior, the behavior that they watch with us, that they will start to take on, which is why unconsciously, sometimes we model what we've absorbed for 20, 30 years in their behavior, that unconsciously you're doing the same thing over and over. And for me personally, this has always been a struggle to see this is where I'm actually behaving in the same kind of way, but I want to change that pattern. I want to break that pattern. I want to change the way I model discipline and behavior and self-determination to my child as well. And what I realized now, I'm doing a creative exercise that's called the Artist's Way. It's a workbook and it was invented by Julia Cameron. It's been around for a long time and she created it as a way for people to reconnect to their creative soul. But very challenging. One of the key exercises in the program, in the book, is that you have to write morning pages every single day for 3 months. Longhand writing every single day. And I'm realizing as I am attempting to follow through on what we should be doing, that this is exactly what mothers in their career or in day-to-day life struggle with. We have so many shoulds and so many things that we have to carry out that sometimes it's really difficult for us to kind of step out of this and take on a different lens, look through a different lens, essentially, and be more graceful and kinder with ourselves when we are attempting to put new behavior in place or change our patterns. So what I realized is that it's really important with, situations like this, where you are setting yourself a goal to be consistent, to start a new way of being, that you're being kind with yourself. So when you're trying to improve yourself and break these old patterns, I find that meditation and mindfulness is really critical. So when you're being present with yourself, you realize, the thoughts and feelings are coming up and how you're feeling potential pressure that you haven't done what you set out to do every single day. So in my case, I'm realizing sometimes I do these morning pages, not in the morning because it's already past lunchtime. Sometimes I'm realizing there's actually 3 days a week that I haven't been able to do them because so many things came up that I struggled to do them until the evening. And then I thought, why do I even bother now? So I just move on to the next day. But it's important that in these moments we're being very mindful and put a lot of space between ourselves and our inner critic to observe how potentially we are responding to ourselves. And essentially, this is what makes us human, right? So essentially, setbacks and failures and imperfections, this is one of the key elements that differentiates us from AI. This is human behavior. We fail and it's okay. We're imperfect. We struggle. This is part of our journey to explore, to expand, to grow, to change, to experiment, because this is why our soul is here, essentially, I believe. And to walk this journey with compassion and kindness and to recognize that everybody's just the same. Surely there are some people that are a little bit more disciplined, are intense learners that study hard, that don't look left and right, but we're all different and we all have our different strengths and our different sides to us and what we bring to this journey. And it's the compassion between us and with ourselves that really matters when, we're trying to step into the next for us, and how that matters, that it's the compassion that matters when we are attempting to make a change in our life. So one of the important points is also to speak to yourself like a good friend. And not just that, I would take it even further. How would you speak to your child when they're attempting to make a change? And what would you say to them if they are attempting to reach a particular goal and they might experience setbacks? And they might not do everything perfectly. You would be kind with them. You wouldn't judge them. You would give them positive self-talk to really boost their resilience and their confidence and to keep them going. And then essentially, what else would you tell them? Tiny steps. That's something that I've shared in a previous episode. It's really helpful if we just take tiny steps and we set out to attempt tiny goals, because breaking patterns is more successful when changes are small and manageable rather than dramatic and big. So that builds sustainable habits and really avoids you being discouraged long term, because you're trying to take on too much too soon. So for long-term success and to really, in my case, to really last 12 weeks, to last 3 months, to write my morning pages and still feel good after 3 months, to really love doing them, I need to be mindful and careful how I talk to myself in these times. Whenever I forget to do them, whenever I have too many things come up that I realize, I haven't been able to do them today, because I won't be able to do them 7 days a week. Maybe a very successful outcome for me will be if I do them 5 days a week consistently. And maybe this can be my tiny goal that I set out to do now. During this whole process, be kind and caring when you fall. When you respond to mistakes or setbacks with harsh criticism and you're putting even more pressure on yourself, essentially that's not going to maintain your motivation. So make sure you stay calm, you support yourself during this process, because factors like self-compassion, mindfulness, setting out to take small steps to change things, kind self-response are strongly supported by research as ways of making effective long-term change. There are various studies that confirm that these kinds of approaches are not just supportive to your long-term success in breaking a pattern, but people that use self-compassion and small steps and who treat themselves with understanding when they might have a setback have higher rates of sustained change than those who don't. So essentially my recommendation is be graceful with yourself, be kind and caring, so you start to feel like you are achieving something and not letting yourself fall down all the time. So by the way, I'm doing a 21-day to your What's Next activation. It's a tiny little mini activation and exploration for yourself. It's your brave pause to stop and reconnect with yourself, rediscover what is holding you back so that you get to better understand where your strengths are, where your patterns are that might be stopping you from moving forward, and that might help you as a first step to explore yourself in this very moment now. And I'll pop the link in the show notes for you. You can have a look and check it out. And essentially, that's it for today. I just wanted to share this little episode with you because breaking my pattern and being more disciplined and more committed and changing the way I work and I approach my habits every single day. And this program, which, by the way, The Artist's Way is a very cool, creative way to explore yourself if you have the time. Otherwise, we'll do a little short form in 21 days that will have probably some tiny elements of these exercises in there too. So I'd love for you to have a look and check it out. And that's it for today. I wish you a wonderful week and I'll catch you here next time. Until then, bye. All right, hello, and I'm so grateful you were here today, tuning in and showing up for yourself. If you love this episode, can I ask for a quick high five? Yes, that's right, just hit that subscribe button at the top and leave me a review and share this episode with someone who could use a little inspiration today. Your support really means the world. Let's also give ourselves a big hug for showing up, being honest and supporting each other on this incredible journey. Don't forget to check the show notes for links to connect with me on Instagram and LinkedIn. I'd really love to keep in touch. Until next time, keep being the incredible real you that the world needs. I'll see you back here soon. Bye.